Do you know what I love? I love having the freedom to make content in a garage if I want. Because this place is awesome. I got this thing, which is like a mallet hammer, and I have WD-40 if I'm feeling a little creaky. And I can yell, you guys are all a bunch of tools! And it makes sense. And let's say I wanted to do this week's power rankings from here. Then it only makes sense that I have power tools. Yeah, I know it's a vacuum. What? It's still running on power. Gonzalo Higuain. When you're a boss, it doesn't matter if you miss another golden opportunity for the third straight summer to help your country win a major competition. You're a boss. And Gonzalo Higuain is most definitely a boss when clubs like Arsenal are after his services for 50 million euros. 50 million euros! Do you remember when Arsenal could have had Luis Suarez for that money and they didn't pull the trigger? I mean, imagine the trophies you guys could have had now. It would have been astronomical. You guys would have been trophy this and trophy that and trophy this and trophy that and trophy this. Nobody would have even known what Leicester was. It was just some city that barely got out of relegation. Major League Soccer. Due to the signings of Ryan Giggs, Hernan Crespo, Paul Scholes, and Ronaldinho in India's Premier Futsal League, it has to be official now. MLS has to lose the title of Retirement League. Also, I have a question. Why wasn't Conradinho invited to play in this? Can somebody get their number? The India Premier Futsal League. I want to have a word. Thank you. The women of US soccer. They just named the 18 players that are going down to Rio to bring back that gold medal at the Olympics. I pledge allegiance to our glorious women, including my forever BFF, Megan Rapinoe, and my newly minted BFF, Carly Lloyd, as they represent our country to the best of their abilities, and by abilities, I mean by kicking everyone's ass. Alvaro Morata. The 23-year-old Spanish international has had quite a last few months. He won Serie A with Juventus, then he got bought back by his former club Real Madrid at a reduced rate because that's what they previously negotiated, and he just assumed that Real Madrid was going to sell him to the top bidder, but in between then he went and played at the Euros and he couldn't be like Fernando Torres because he was the good luck charm Fernando Torres, and they won all these international competitions, but Morata's just not that guy yet. And then Real Madrid got an offer for him for 80 million euros and they didn't take him. They're going to keep him. So it must be nice to be wanted. The best part though, he's still second choice to Karim Benzema. Bastian Schweinsteiger. The captain of Germany, who was injured or ineffective for most of last season with Manchester United, had a great tournament at the Euros, and then immediately after he married tennis star Ana Ivanovic, which is another sign that things are looking up for the Red Devils next season, because nothing is better for a player's mentality than when things are going well both on and off the field. If you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. Antoine Griezmann. He was 6 yards out and a wide open header away from scoring the game winner in the final, which means he would have been immortalized in France until the end of time, but he still left the Euros with the golden ball as the tournament's best player, so he has a lot to be proud of. The people who love Liga MX. Like me! And my favorites to win the just about to start Apertura season are the same favorites that should have won the Clausura last season, Monterrey, because they were on top of the points, they were the #1 seed, they had home field advantage, and then they lost at home in the final to Pachuca. So we'll see if they can figure it out this time around. I mean, they definitely should. They have so much talent on paper, but if they can't, then they can expect a lot of no mames way coming out of my mouth when I'm talking about them. Arsene Wenger. Longtime Arsenal boss who should just take the England national team job and move on to the next phase of his life already, told longtime Arsenal legend Thierry Henry that there's no longer a job for him at the club if he continues to be a pundit too, which makes me sad because then I wouldn't be able to do this with you guys if US Soccer and when US Soccer finally hires me as the national team coach. Could you imagine if I was doing this and being the national team coach at the same time? Oh, I just have the platform to do all kinds of crazy stuff, like top 10 worst journalists of all time. Yeah, that guy. You know why? Because he's an asshole. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's never even kicked the ball. Number 9, that dick over there. Yeah, I see you. I see you. This is my list. I can say whatever I want, because I still got my YouTube channel. Jurgen Klopp. After only 10 months on the job at Liverpool, he and his staff got a 6-year contract extension until 2022. Also, he told Super Mario Balotelli that he needs to leave the club because he doesn't have a place for him, and that is a double power move, and on most weeks it would be the top spot in the power rankings, but he's not gonna get it. Side note, as for Balotelli, who claimed last week that he could still win the Ballon d'Or as the world's best player, is this it? Has he peaked? Since he's only age 25, I'm gonna answer my own question and offer up a resoundingly hell no, but as frustrating as he can be at times, I'm sad to see him in this situation because the talent is there. He knows it, I know it, everyone knows it, but he can't seem to get out of his own way, and now it seems that nobody believes in him. He just needs to find that hunger again, because when he plays now, it just seems like he's burdened with expectations from himself and from others, and like I said, it's just sad. Anyway, let's do Portugal. Their clever and tactically sound manager Fernando Santos and his mentally strong players did everything that they needed to do to win their first major international trophy in their country's history, and despite what you might think about the expanded tournament and Portugal's style of play and the quality of play overall, it felt deserved. It felt earned. So congrats again to my Portuguese friends. Another pertinent side note, I'm gonna be in Lisbon for a week in the middle of August. So if you guys live there, if you know somebody that lives there, let's do a pickup game. That would be awesome. All right, that's it. That's all I got. I'm done talking. Let me know your thoughts. Later.